Hey, folks, it's Trey, Catchy Squid Podcast. Um, got exciting news. I hate to cut into the episode, but um, the important news is I have no sponsors. Um, I don't know what went wrong, but please follow. If you want me to help, send stuff. Thank you. Now back to the show. What the fuck is it? Hello, Squiddies. We are here in my office, and also Tony's in his office. Tony is from There Is a Better Podcast, and he's joined me once again without two other of his cohorts, just solo for today. How you doing, Tony?
Doing okay. Happy what is today? Sunday. Recording Sunday.
Yeah,
Happy Sunday to you.
yes, it's
I
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo.
De
I mean,
Mayo.
they don't
And
call it the Mayo Clinic. They call it the
no,
Mayo Clinic. So it's I had a shot of mayonnaise for Cinco de Mayo. Um
uh-huh.
then I realized it wasn't mayo, and
It was
then I
Mayo.
thought, well, I had a shot of mayo for nothing.
It's
But it
supposed
was
to
still,
help
still
coat
good.
your inside, I think.
It
I don't
coats the arteries really, really well.
know. Yeah. I mean, I like mayo when I do like a Burger King, when I did the regular uh it's like one of those long sandwiches. It's like a chicken sandwich and it has like mayo on it. You know.
I love those chicken sandwiches. All right, so I do you get the chicken sandwich? I usually don't get cheese, but I'll get the chicken sandwich and I'll get onion rings on the side.
Yeah.
I freaking love their onion rings and then their dipping sauce. Mm.
They
It's
have
backstory, but it's so good.
I don't know if your Burger King has this, but we have what they call halvesies.
I got a halvesy right now just talking to you. So.
Well, no, but besides that, it's a it's half onion rings, half French fries. So they put it half and
um,
half in there. So
we have chicken fries. I haven't checked into the half fries, half onion rings. That sounds pretty good though.
it's really good. We call it. So I usually have like the chicken sandwich, and it's usually like the chicken sandwich, mayo, and lettuce, and then
I believe it's pronounced mayo. Thank you.
mayo. Sorry, mayo, mijoyo, mijoyo.
It's
For
aioli. It's just mayonnaise with extra steps.
don't worry, folks. We are old men. We call shouting at the iCloud. Yeah.
Old man shakes fist at cloud.
Shake sticks at cloud. We're Indian. Yeah. Um, we have Indian names for today. Old
Chief no regret.
Chief, no balls in hand. No. Uh,
Chief no balls.
no
He can
balls.
never make a
Oh,
decision.
oh, dude. Speaking of which, I didn't see this movie, but I seen a
It's off
clip
to a
of this
great start.
movie. It's called Bone Tomahawk.
Bone tomahawk. I don't know what
Kurt
that is. That sounds
Kurt Russ
scary.
Kurt
Is it a,
Russell's
is
in
it a
it.
horror movie? I know you like horror movies. Is it a horror movie?
I do like horror movies, but this is more like um a I'm not gonna say Colonel Mustard, but I mean a
Like a Clue type of thing?
no,
Who
it's
done it
like a
murder
Wild
mystery?
West kind of like uh
Okay.
Colonel Custard, like Colonel Custard goes against like with the like Indians,
Okay.
and but they get captured by said Indians, but the Indians are doing the real like scalping and they show the scalping,
Ooh.
but they do
That
this
sounds like
other thing.
fun.
But then when I mentioned like the no balls, because they grab the guy upside down and then they chop him all the way down, and trying to get like Kurt Russell, which is the Colonel, to give away the location of a said thing. I believe, I don't know, but
Is
um,
that like in conjunction with what the hell's that movie with Mel Gibson? You know what movie I'm talking about where he's they'll take whatever, but they'll never take our freedom. That
yeah,
guy.
Braveheart.
Braveheart, yeah.
Yeah,
The part where they, they may never take his freedom, but they'll take his ball. So was like he part of that movie then? Like was he one of the guys who was,
no, 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 he
went
wasn't,
from the
but
bottom to the top
be-
and then me and Mr.
because
Custard I'm not
there
giving
is a
shit away.
there is a horror movie. Um, that since you brought it up, there is a horror movie called Terrifier. So,
Terrifying.
oh yeah, no, this is like two. There's two now. A third one
Okay.
is completed actually. So that I don't know when that's going to come out. Probably in around Halloween, I think. I'm not
There's a
sure.
trilogy then. Okay, of
Yeah.
Terrifier.
So
Terrifying movies.
so give you the folks that you probably know about it, but some people probably don't want to know about it. So Terrifier is a clown, which is his name is Art the Clown, and really he doesn't talk. He's black and white. He has like the little hat. Walks around.
Is he like
Has
Steamboat Willie type of black and white? Because that Steamboat Willie is scary to me. I kid you not. Those gigantic eyes. Mm-mm.
yeah.
Keep
No,
me
no,
away
but
from
he's.
Steamboat
I'll
Willie.
I'll, I'll show you a pic. Let me get a picture of him first, and then you'll
Okay.
you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
God, I don't want to
Uh,
know. I'm scared. I'm scared, Dre.
don't be scared. You're
Well,
with me. Don't worry.
okay,
We'll hold
okay. Hold me
hands.
close. Hold me closer, tattoo squiddy.
The squid's
Um,
holding my hand.
so would this clown also go against Pennywise, like in a fight to the death? Who would you pick between this clown and Pennywise?
It's a toss up because
That's a good answer. That's a good answer. Good.
it is a toss up.
Number one on the board. Ding. All right.
So this is what I don't know if you can see it. I should wait, hold on. See?
Um. Okay.
The glare and all that.
Yeah, that's creepy. That's pretty creepy.
So
Yeah, I
so the
like it.
first
I like it. It's
but
creepy. I'm gonna go to sleep now and have visions of.
but the whole thing is gory as hell. Like he stuffed somebody like an Italian pizzeria, stuffed a guy in the oven and just like cooks him up, and then puts his head like on the counter. It's like, here, give me a tip, kind of thing.
How is that how is that different from any other normal day in a New York pizzeria? Let's be honest.
Well, no, it's like you don't have the real pizza Italian guy in there, but
What?
he
I mean,
he
you
actually
can
grabbed
hide
the
it in
whole.
the pizza sauce. It's still red.
He grabbed like this girl. He was trailing like two girls, and one was like,
One cup. Yeah.
"No, don't start that." And I'm gonna have nightmares again. So
You're welcome.
they had so then they had the upside down the girl, and then all of a sudden he has like a hacksaw, and he's just hacking so like all the way down, and he's just like not
Oh,
making any noise, just like laughing like instinctively. But so then there's a second one because apparently he died at the end, but then in a morgue, but then he wakes up and then he kills the mortician and starts off the second one, and then now there's supposed to be a third one. So, but there is talk that um, people that go and see this movie in the movie theater, they will come out like fainting or throwing up, or because it's so gory. And
it
I'm like,
sounds like my sex life.
and I'm
Fainting
like,
and throwing up. But that's usually me because I exert way too much effort for very little outcome.
and then there's that song that comes up. It goes, I, you're in a fetal position, and it's like, no, what was it?
I'm sorry, so sorry.
No, but what's that? Uh, the comedian that makes like no Ace Ventura. You know, like the Ace Ventura thing where he's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, when
she's
he's
a
in the shower,
man,
he's like,
she's a man, and like,
right. That's probably how they feel about me at the end of it. I was like, "Ugh, ugh, ugh."
oh, and speaking, well, I was gonna say speaking of puking, but it's not that. Uh,
I'm glad I can help you in your
wait,
segue.
wait, well, no, because I want to say congratulations to Haley for having a baby. Um,
Yes.
you know, and I don't know if it's a baby boy or baby girl, but congrats all for having a human being pop out of her.
Yeah,
Um,
congratulations, Haley. She uh we we were for a while, like we were in touch with Haley for a while, and then the podcast just kind of started to drift away a little bit. But I do remember Haley. She used to be
yeah, but I
podcast
think
seven, I think.
she has another
Remember.
one. I think she made a new one up. I think.
Okay, cool.
I think I got it here. Um, wait.
I know she'd been going through a lot of changes lately too, and so I'm happy to hear about that though. That's a huge positive thing for her.
Oh, yeah, we call it. She has one called "You'll Be Fine." So it's.
Oh, okay. Yep, I've
I,
heard of
I,
that one. I have.
I think.
Oh,
I,
good
I
deal.
think it's more like a mental health podcast, kind of like 2010 minutes. Um,
Okay.
you know, and I haven't seen anything from 2010 minutes in quite a while, but I know he might. He's been saying that. Oh, I might not be on podcasting for a while, or he might quit. I don't know.
I vaguely remember him talking about taking like a break or at least decreasing his schedule. Yeah, he'd been going through a lot of shit too, poor guy. And
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
he has like mental illness himself with certain
you
things,
know,
and um, but God love him, Miko, that he would, he puts it out there. He says he's not a professional person, but
right, not like a
anybody
professional
that does
therapist.
have some kind of issue, he'll try to help them out. He donates to um 911. Like whatever money he does get, he the proceeds go to no, the suicide hotline. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, there.
Yeah,
What is it? 811? Is that the number? Oh, gosh, I don't.
I'm
Let me
not even
take a look
sure.
at here. Yeah, I want to get that right because that is important.
But
Uh,
folks, if you do have some kind of, if you feel like the world's against you, or if you don't think that nobody can be able to help you, there is people that can help you. Um,
the
I'm not a
suicide.
professional, neither is Tony. We're just,
No, far from it.
we're just saying that everybody needs help somewhere down the line.
The
Um,
the hot number, if you do need to call, just pick up the phone, dial 988
yeah,
988. That is the suicide and crisis lifeline. And they'll get in touch with you right then and there.
yeah,
Um, yeah, even just talking about it, like, between you and me, or with Tim and anybody else, really, like sometimes that's all you need. And if I can share a personal story, I'll try and keep it brief because I
yeah.
could talk all fucking day.
It's still gonna happen.
So in one of my previous jobs, I was I wasn't even a counselor. I wasn't an advisor. I was basically just like a hired goon to process stuff. And so I would also take phone calls and talk to students. Um, and one of the students I was talking with, there was an issue with their financial aid, and they were having like a crisis basically because they didn't know how to pay for their tuition. It was a lot about money and about like how they are getting so close to being done with school, but yet the goal was so far away, and they just felt so much pressure and so on and so forth. And basically the student's like, I'm at the end of my rope, and I'm gonna do the thing I don't want to do, and I want to take my life. And at that point, this conversation is no longer about financial aid. That's what I used to do was financial aid.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with financial aid anymore. This is just about being a human.
Yeah.
And we talked for about a half hour. And at the end of that half hour, like I just related to them and they were very willing to be open as I was trying to be as open as I could be too and still remain professional. But at the end of that conversation, the student said, I think I just needed to talk to somebody and I'm not going to do what I said I was going to do. So thank you for
Yeah.
talking. And that has been probably the greatest moment of my career. And all it was just talking to somebody, just talking, listening, and just responding, and
Yeah.
again just listening. So
I mean,
yeah,
that's what
it's
most people can do right now. Is like, if somebody has a problem, just sit there, listen.
yeah,
They just want somebody to listen and have that ear. To but also if you have something that can relate to
yeah,
that person or some way of you know of going on, then
yeah.
it helps out.
There's a there's a power in being relatable, in having something just to say like I know what you mean. Now here's kind of a weird thing to me alone. I think I do understand that that's a very powerful phrase and it's a very powerful statement and it's a very powerful knowledge. For some reason, it does not have that effect on me at all. Like
Hmm.
somebody can say, you're not alone. And I can think, well, that's fine and dandy. And I hope that they're doing well, but I'm fucking suffering right now and this shit ain't going to change. So kind of weird like that, I guess. I don't know. But for the majority of
Yeah.
people, it's comforting to know that you're not the only one, and maybe it's just the thought of this is not, or this is maybe more common than you feel, than you think, and it can be resolved. And I think some people just want a resolution, whether it's the whole thing is taken care of or if it's just some little piece where they can grab onto and like just grab a hold so that they can get their own footing and carry on.
Yeah.
How did we go down this road, man?
Yeah. Well, because we're talking about 20 minutes and Haley and they got the stuff. So I figured, we put our little 2 cents in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Anybody got change for $5?
but it was kind of weird that we gone from like horror movies and splitting down the middle to you know
Yeah.
uh calling 988. Um,
But sometimes it may feel like that type of scenario is where your life is going to be, and then you just feel like it's either gonna be the end of it, or I gotta find a way out. And
yeah. I
horror
mean,
movies can go ahead.
everybody has like a release. Whether it's mine was at one point drinking.
Mm,
That bottle was always like, all right, that's who I'm going to talk to for the rest of the night, or get like so many more of his friends to come by and hang out. But I mentioned this to you, I think, in the past. We call it about wife passing away and everything else, and everybody else has a different way of coping with it. They talk to people. They go to psychiatrists or whatever. Me, I'm like, I get tattooed because that's like therapy for me. Because I can sit there in a chair, get
yeah.
tattooed wherever, blah blah blah, and
So
certain
when
areas I'm not going to do, but
you're not
uh,
going to get a nut rod and a giant like you're not going to get a
no,
ruler in your dick.
no, I'm not going to be like D. I'm not going to be like D. Snyder. We call it on Strangeland, that the movie where he has like the bridge of his nose, like all like like
Yeah.
it's like pierced all the way down here. But then he's like, "Oh, I got my nutsack all pierced." And I'm like, "Oh no." I'm like, "Nah." I mean,
So
I did I did do I had piercings, like thermal piercings, like right here,
oh
and which is funny because my friend Jerry, he came by to visit when I was in Pennsylvania, and he's a huge Batman fanatic. So uh, he he goes he goes, I want a Batman. So he had the Batman symbol and all that, but he wanted like a huge Batman like silhouette kind of thing. And he does that. So I'm like, I want to get tattooed, but there was no time. But then
Yeah.
the piercer just comes over and goes, hey, you want to get pierced? And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Why not? Fuck it. Let's go for it. You know? And there I am sitting there, like in the chair. And this is
He's
the
just
worst.
going to town.
Yeah. But this is the worst thing that you can ever happen. We call it the piercer has anxieties about piercing. So,
What?
yeah. So,
Oh no.
so,
Okay.
so
That's like saying a basketball player who's going to get millions of dollars
yeah.
has anxiety about touching a ball.
Nah. So,
It's bread and
so,
butter.
so
Anyway,
we're sitting there, but the only no, and the reason why, and he explained this though,
yeah.
like regular people, he's kind of weirded out, because he can't take criticism from somebody. Like if he does it wrong, they're gonna be like, oh, what the hell is this? This is not what I asked for. Blah blah blah. And again, we're going getting back to almost the uh we were talking about, like, talking about people that have mental issues. He has somewhat of a mental issue with other people that is like a regular person. But
Yeah.
anybody that's like weird, or just like anybody that I'm not gonna say weird, but somebody that dresses differently or acts differently, we call it he's okay with.
They just
He can.
they just have their own vision of
He,
their own expression.
Yeah, yeah. So he
Yeah.
knows what that person wants to do. But if it's like somebody like clean cut that wants something like a dermal piercing or whatever, folks. I'm not saying I'm clean cut to anything. I'm like weird
What?
as it is.
No, your scalp is very clean cut. I like
Well, I
that.
mean, I gotta shave it more, because I got that. Oh, it's back there. But yeah, I got the little shaver that has like a 7 head thing. You know,
Oh, oh,
so it gets
nice.
everywhere. And I saw it on an ad, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go and see if I can get that, and I did, and I tried it out. I'm like, oh, fucking works great.
Can you get sponsored by this company, you think? Because we're trying to get sponsored by Screwball Peanut Butter Whiskey, and so far it's not happening. But goddamn, we love that drink. Anyway, sorry.
Wait, hold on. Let me grab that thing then. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Hold on.
So yeah, because like your shave, it looks really good. I haven't done that with mine. I've lost. Oh wow. Okay, I think I've seen that before. I think I've seen that before.
So
It looks like something that came like a futuristic
so
anti
it plugs in.
mirror.
It
Yeah.
plugs in, right? And then what's great about this, and folks, as you do shaving and everything else, whatever, you shave the beards and whatnot, this
Mhm.
is great even for your head because this is magnetic. So you can take this off,
Oh
you
wow.
know, and
Yeah.
then you can
Clean it
wash
out.
it, whatever, and then see what you put it right back in. Boom.
Click. No
You,
fuss,
you,
no muss.
yeah, you don't have to like clip anything. You don't have to make sure it's clipped on. It's gone. It's done.
The heads
And then,
articulate pretty easily.
yeah, and then you just turn it on, and it kind of like sets itself when you turn it on.
Nice.
And you hear that click, so it
Mhm.
does it. Yeah.
Very
So
satisfying
folks,
click.
I don't really know the name of the brand, to be honest. So anybody that does make these, talk to me. You know, I love this stuff. This is awesome. It does it in like maybe less than a minute.
Oh wow.
So it's not
Seven
like,
heads. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. You just go like this, up and around, boom, 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 and then just feel around. And if you feel like you have something, still there, you just go back a little bit more, and it's
Done.
gone.
Yeah. Nice.
You know.
I should try that. I should try that on I should try that on myself sometime. But I'm so reluctant to shave my head completely off because I don't think it's going to look good. It looks great on you, but that's also how I've known you this whole time. So,
Yeah. Well, no, there's certain times I had a mohawk at one point.
oh yeah, I do remember seeing that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had because when I lived in Pennsylvania, I shaved my head up. All right, here's the story about it. So I had longer hair. I had hair down to here. So then I shaved underneath, around here, and then I
Hmm.
would put in the ponytail. You know. So then when I go to work, I don't have it like I have it in the ponytail, but I have it in the hat hanging out.
Yeah.
So it's like that who's that, the wrestler manager, Paul
Vince
Heyman.
McMahon. Oh, okay.
No, Paul Heyman. Like he had like that ponytail that came out of the hat kind of thing. So I had that, and then one day I was going to meet up with my friend and his fiance at Denny's, and so I was washing my hair, and my hair was not flowing right, and it just felt dead
Hmm.
for some reason. And then I just went, I said, "Fuck," I went,
You're like, that's it.
and just
Time to,
shaved
yep.
it, shaved it right off. And I'm like, and
Oh.
I walked in there, and they're like, "What happened?" You know.
All the trays dropped and glass
No, it was
break.
just like my friend and his fiance. But then when I went to work, because me and him work at the same work,
Mhm.
and we go in there, and I walk in, and everybody else that knows me, and they're like, "You shaved your whole head?" And then because there's a girl, we call that, like, her husband is in a motorcycle gang, and she's part of like a motorcycle gang, and they were trying to get me to go, but I don't have a motorcycle. And he's like, "Oh, it doesn't matter. You don't need a motorcycle to be in a motorcycle." I'm like, "Really? I
Don't
thought
I
you
would
did."
think that that's kind of part of the requirement.
Yeah, I thought, the Hell's Angels, they didn't go and say, "Listen, I got a convertible. How about that?"
I got
Yeah.
myself a mountain bike. It's got really big tires. Okay, come
But
on in.
but
Here,
you know
put this
they're
denim jacket on that says Hex Angels.
yeah, but we
Close
call it
enough.
they're I mean, it's not like a motorcycle gang they have. It's more like a association, I guess. Like that's what they call it nowadays. They don't call it like gangs,
Yeah. A
but
gang
you
has a
do
bad
have your
connotation, like people who take Theraflu. Yeah.
yeah. It's crazy. We call it how yeah, but they're like, and then she would go, like, when I had longer hair, she would go and braid my hair, like, doing that whole thing. And then the one guy that's like in charge, he's like, "Well, why don't you just shave it? Bald is beautiful." And he would say this with three missing fingers. And I'm like, did did you use the shaving razor on your fingers? And
Yeah. Did you have a fight with your razor and did you
so
lose?
so he has, wait, I'm trying to figure out how it goes. He, like, this hand, he had like uh maybe two of these fingers and a thumb, right? So he had like
So he
two,
was doing this all the time.
yeah, like this all the time. But then all of a sudden he had like this one and this one or something like that. So when he was sitting there, he's like, like this, and I'm like, is he giving me the fucking finger? And that's all he had. That's all he had. So we
Oh,
always
he's
have
very
our meeting.
contemplative.
We always have our meeting, and one of the guys, because the way that people look, and like, again, I'm not going to say the name of the company, but they there's three of the guys from that company, and I was part of a subdivision company
Okay.
working within that company. And so he had this one guy that has like Tourette's, and then another guy that looked uh like Wyatt Earp, with the handlebar mustache thing that goes all the way down. He wears
Okay.
a hat. He's like very slender looking. He looked like
It
the
looks like
Undertaker
Sam
of the.
Elliott kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yep.
he looked like the Undertaker part with like all black, and he's just very slender. And then you got this guy with like no fingers. You know, so then the two guys were like, oh,
Sounds like a joke that you're setting up here. Guy with
yeah,
no
I know,
fingers and Sam Elliott look-alike walk into a bar.
with a Tourette's syndrome going on, and so so then, but we're sitting there, it's like, hey, where's so and so? Well, he is in the hospital. And then we're all just joking, like, oh, what? Did he cut another finger? Yeah.
Oh shit.
and, and then
Backfire.
we're like, okay, meeting over. You know?
Yep.
So,
So you love it when a freaking joke backfires, though.
don't you
Again,
love it when a
failed
plan comes together?
successfully. Failed successfully.
Missing fingers. Writing this down. Missing fingers.
That reminds me, missing fingers. I don't know why this reminds me, but it totally does. So, every year, my family and I we get together and we we get together at my mom and stepdad's house, and we do Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And normally we'll play like a bunch of games, and lately it's been Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
One of my favorite moments, I forget how many years ago it was, but one of my nephews, he he gets one of the cards and it says the card that was laid down was this makes grandma what is it? This makes grandma giggle uncontrollably or something like that.
Yeah.
And so that's the card that he has laid down that everybody has to answer. So he picks up all the cards that everybody has responded with. And the one that he had the most trouble with, the one he completely just went flush, like all the blood drained from his face. And he looked over at his mom, my sister, and said, it just kind of looked at her like, can I say this? And she says, go ahead. What makes my grandmother giggle uncontrollably? Dick fingers.
I've always
He
wanted
just,
I have always wanted to play that game, but my
so
girlfriend's like, no, it's too judgmental. And I'm like,
I don't think it's judgmental at all.
well,
No,
no,
I mean
no, no, it wasn't judgmental. I mean, it was something because she didn't like the fact that
it's
you're picking.
it's
Uh,
raunchy. Oh, okay, I
yeah,
see what you're saying. But the thing is,
yeah,
like, you can't show favoritism in it because you don't know who gave you what. I
yeah,
mean, unless you have like two other people, or unless
yeah,
you just playing one person.
yeah,
But even in a group, though, I mean, you turn away or you cover your eyes, and then they all lay their cards down, and maybe somebody shuffles it all for you, and then when
yeah.
you pick them back up, no one's the wiser. And the thing is, like, to me, it's like know your audience, know who it is that's reading that card,
Well, they're always
because
playing. They're always playing towards that person that's the judge.
yeah, well, yeah,
So
that's the
that's the
gist
thing
of it.
of
If
it. Yeah,
you can,
that's the
right,
gist of it all.
you do your best to know the person that you're trying to get a laugh out of. But my God, that was just one of my
What
favorite moments.
What I
Dick
like,
finger.
what I like to do if, well, I haven't done it yet, but I've seen people on different YouTube channels, when they play Cards Against Humanity, they'll have like four people, and they'll have like a fifth, but the fifth one would be, like a character or whatever, just grab like a Funko Pop,
Okay.
and it's like, oh, the Ultimate Warrior Funko Pop, and he's like that, and it's like, oh, we're gonna pick a card for the Warrior, so we'll like a card out of nowhere, so everybody puts their card in. It's like, oh, we're gonna put this random card in this one, and then it's like, oh, well, I like this one. Who is this? And nobody says
It's the
anything.
random generator.
Yeah, and it's
Boo.
yeah, and it's Ultimate Warrior. It's like
Takes the fun
Ultimate
out of
Warrior
it.
wins
Yeah.
one. He's like the dead
We
warrior. He won it.
we've
So
done that before. It kind of takes some of the fun out of it, but at the same time, like but sometimes you get really hilarious cards out of nowhere, and everybody looks around like, who the fuck did that one?
yeah.
I don't know. I don't claim it, and so it's kind of funny. Like everybody's like trying not to claim it, but
So did I mention about we call it I think Easter. Well, I think I did off camera. I think I mentioned it, but there was like where my brother had he was hosting Easter and he was doing um what's that thing called not happy
Oh,
hour.
oh,
No, he the thing with the food. There's like a whole bunch of food. Mimosas are involved. Uh,
yes. Yeah, I do remember this now. Okay,
yeah,
yeah. We talked
but
about Four
well,
Runners. Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
because they were doing this whole thing, and my sister-in-law and her mom and my nephew. My nephew's like 14 or 13, and they're playing Cards Against Humanity, but I think it's like kids version, so it's not that
Yeah, not dirty or
crazy.
anything.
Yeah, not
Right.
dirty. Yeah. So they're playing this, and then my nephew's just like, I can't believe people are saying this. Yeah, I'm like, that's nothing compared to the ones
Step
that the
up to the
older guys
adult
do.
version here.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
adult version is way worse. And then, but what's funny about it, years ago, me, my brother, and his friend, and a couple of other friends, we all started playing Cards Against Humanity, which was like our first time because I never played it, my brother never played it,
Mhm.
and my brother was like the winner. He was like he won every hand almost.
Just swept it because he
He
knew his
just swept it.
audience.
Well, no, but he
Oh,
never
okay.
played it, so it's like beginner's luck. I said to him, I'm like
Oh,
beginner's
okay.
luck,
Yeah. Yep.
And I told my nephew, I'm like, listen, your dad's the one that's like won every time. The very first time we played, he won every one of them. And he's like, oh, what? Dad, is it true? He goes, yeah, but ours was very, very sick. Yeah, so that's lame. That's lame compared to what we had to go through.
It was probably a big shock too when when he unveiled all the cards
Yeah.
because like yeah, we um so one of the guys on the show on our show, on our podcast, Double
Dito,
D.
Double D.
Actually, yep, Double D. He came over one day and we haven't used this yet. And I really want to use this, but he read off a bunch of cards from Cards Against Humanity. It just as like, the answer cards like um what was it? Well, again, it would have been like, dick fingers
Yeah.
or shitting a gold brick or whatever it was like. But those little snippets would be just hilarious, completely taken out of context as little drops. I want to put those in eventually.
Oh yeah. No,
And
no, that'd be fun.
he came and read a bunch of those, and it's just his voice, his voiceover was um like shouting from the mountaintop, you know,
Oh
dick
yeah.
fingers,
Fingers, fingers, fingers.
right?
Speaking of which, we're talking about cards and all that. Um, I got a couple here. Maybe we can play a little bit of this movie game.
Oh,
So I don't have my glasses with me, but I'm gonna try my best to squint at them.
do you have
Uh,
bifocals? Do you have your you don't have your readers on? Hmm.
no, no, they're in the kitchen, and I don't want to go all the way out there and then come all the way back. I'm like, nah. I mean, no, but you can read them. It's just like there's hints. So folks, if you probably heard this many times when I had this on air, but to reiterate, there's a two descriptions of two different movies, and you have to get both movies. If you can't get any one of the movies, then I read a clue, and then the clue will give you an idea what it is. And if you still don't get it, then deduct points. Usually it's like a point system, so you go 20 points for like the whole thing, and if you got half, then you'll get like 10 points. And if I had to give you a clue, then we minus 10. We go like 9, 8, whatever. Yeah. And then
Okay. What
you
if you're
might
a
get
hat?
points coming. Yeah, you might get points coming back where if you can say, if you can find out, we call it, or if you know what the year the movie came out. Yeah. Which is on the card as well. So
Okay.
the guy
Cool.
that made it, his name is Joe Beretta, which let me go write this down here. Where's my pen? Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah, another card that just came into mind. Shitting into a bucket. Again, it's just random stupid
Uh, oh shit.
cards.
All right, let's try this first one here.
Okay.
All right. Oh, maybe not because I can't read that word. All right.
The goes to her.
Oh, well, yeah, that's the other thing we call it. So I had well, I'll get back to that. Let me just do like one or two of these, and then I'll tell you about
Okay.
like one other thing about me. Um, I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse, said Hades as he maliciously plotted to kill Zeus uh, above Nero to zero prodigy.
Thinking the Godfather is the first part of the clue.
Yes.
Okay. What was the second half of that
The
clue?
second half said Hades as he maliciously plotted to kill Zeus. But then it says buff Nero to zero to hero. I can't even pronounce it. It's Progeny. Progeny.
Progeny.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, The Godfather of the Bride, starring Steve Martin.
That would be a good one, actually. Yeah. But
I'd love to see that. Steve Martin as the Godfather. Okay. Obviously, it's totally fucking wrong. um, let's see. All right, Godfather. So we got that.
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Hmm. Can I get a what? Meaning, can I get a clue?
Let's see. Oh shit. Let's see if I can
I'm
read
already
that.
asking for a lifeline.
Yeah.
This is
Uh,
going late.
okay. James Woods in The Devil. That's the first. That's the clue for the second movie.
I have James Woods. James Woods has me.
In The Devil.
Oh,
Well,
the only movie I'm thinking of is The Hard Way, but that's probably not
no,
it.
no, but it's Hades is part of Hades and Zeus. So
Yeah.
what kind of show would have Hades and Zeus?
Anything on the Disney Channel?
No, pretty
Nickelodeon?
much. I mean,
Well,
it's a
Taylor
cartoon.
Swift is demonic. Apparently, that's what people are saying
It
now.
is a cartoon.
Let's see.
He has a Zeus has he has a son.
Um, is it a movie cartoon or is it a cartoon cartoon?
They made a series
Okay.
in the late '80s, early '90s. There was a spin-off of a woman warrior, but she came from the previous show series.
I'm fucking terrible at this game.
The actor's last name is Sorbo,
Kevin Sorbo. Okay. And
and what he played that made him famous
it was on one of those syndicated TV shows. I'm pretty sure about that.
about Zeus and Hades, but he was
Xena,
called.
Princess Warrior.
But before that,
Oh,
Kevin Sorbo was somebody in the series before Xena.
the Twitter Warrior.
No,
Apparently, that's what he's
Hercules.
doing now.
Hercules.
Hercules, or his Achilles, for that matter.
So it was
The
the
Godfather Achilles.
yeah, that's what it was.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Wow. Okay. Holy shit. That was. How much time did that take off of our?
Uh,
We
probably
just
like
edit that down with all the silence. Yeah.
yeah, it's like the crickets. No.
We'll put those
Um.
in post.
Oh, okay, okay. I think you can get this one. Tom Hanks and his weird hair returns to track the Illuminati and their monstrous underground energy scheme that harvests the terrified screams of our youth.
The Money Pit? No, I don't think it's Money Pit.
No, he tracks the Illuminati. What movie had the Illuminati?
Oh God. Oh fuck. I can picture it too. It's not
Well, what?
National Treasure because that's Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Um, but it's along those same lines, I think.
Well, Nick Cage with the that thing was a more an adventure thing. This one's more
Da Vinci Code.
biblical. Yeah, but there's another movie. He
So it's
did a
not.
second one. It's not Da Vinci Code, but it's a second one.
Oh, Angels and Demons.
Yes.
Okay,
Now,
that's one of them. All right.
yeah, you got that one. You got the first one,
Well, thank God, because
and
this
then
was a
the second one is monstrous underground energy scheme that harvests the terrified screams of our youth. Now,
I
again,
don't know.
it's a cartoon.
Oh, I was thinking Children of the Corn for some reason, but that's not it.
No, what you know, there's voices of famous actors in this movie.
Um,
Well, not so much famous actors, but
hmm. I'm trying to think of where ONS or yeah, DEMONS fits in to start a new word. If that's
it
an L.
actually it does start a new word. Yeah, it so so the last word is demons, right?
Okay.
What comes to mind about demons? What kind of things are they demons? For little
Uh,
kids, they are what?
Underneath the bed.
Yeah, but what does the parents say? Is like, oh, you're there's a something underneath the bed.
Uh, Dungeons and Dragons. No, that's not it. Um, Demons and Monsters. Demons. Oh,
You
that's what it
got
is. Demons and
it.
Monsters.
it it's
Demonstratism. Demonster
no
Mash.
no, it's Monster Inc.
Oh,
So Angels and the Monsters Inc.
this is
So
good. This is tough.
it's tough
Or
and it
maybe
gets
I'm
you
just an
thinking.
idiot. I don't know. I
No,
mean,
no, it's like
if you've ever listened to our show, There's a Better Podcast, you know I'm an idiot. So it kind of,
no, it's like you and the three, and I mentioned this before, folks, that we could. There's a better podcast, like hilarious. If you want to go and listen to like three people like ramble, but it's more there's
that's a good selling point. Three people rambling for an
no,
hour
no,
and a
no. But I mean, it's they there's a method to their madness, though,
we do have
and it
topics that we cover, or at least we
yeah,
try.
there is topics there. I love their word, the word of the day kind of thing. I love that because I've always wanted to try to find that word thing. What's that called? The wormhole, the word hole.
Word hole.
Yeah,
Yeah, word hole. Yep.
and they always get it's like dilapidate, dilapidate, or something like that. They throw a word out there, and then they give it the description, and it's like, oh, I feel this and this, and
And we try
uh,
and use it throughout the episode. But the
yeah,
one that we
exactly.
haven't done yet that I'm really disappointed in is we have not done anti-disestablishmentarianism. But I think that would pretty much fill up the entire episode.
Oh wait, what's the other thing that oh
Well,
imagine your thing we call it came out and says space dunk.
Space Dunk. Yes. So that actually goes back to that goes back to episode I think it was episode 27 when D'Lo
The
had
conspiracy.
yes, the conspiracy about Oreos and how there was a lot more space in the bag of Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
especially the family size, or not the family size, but
The
the
double
might
stuff.
have been the family size, but the
The
double
double
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there were like 7 or 8 missing out of that package. And it's funny. I was just going through our Instagram profile earlier today because I have nothing better to do with my life. And we came across that posting of D'Lo showcasing all the space that was in that bag right after he had opened it. And so at that point, we decided that we were going to make it we're going to make it our, not necessarily a plan to right the wrongs of what Oreo did to us and everybody else, but sizeflation, I think, is what they call that. And they probably started making the bags a bit smaller.
Yeah.
But you and I had a conversation about different flavors because I was
Yeah.
thinking like we should try different flavors on the show. And there was one of them that I came across, and actually, the bag is upstairs. Do you got a second? Can I go grab it?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Let me go grab it. Just hold
I
on.
gotta look for the
Your
flavors
call is
myself
important.
on this, so I gotta look for the flavors. So, folks, this is what we're doing. You know, I'm looking for the flavors. He's gonna hightail it up the stairs and try not to break his neck. If we hear a snap and a boom boom and a bing bing coming down the stairs, that's probably him falling down the stairs. But no, here he is.
I find the older I get, the less fast I can be going downstairs.
I just mentioned, I'm like, if you hear a snap and a boom boom and a lamb and thing we call
Call
it
an
like that's
ambulance.
him just breaking his neck.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah,
So there was one of them. So you and I we had a text thread going on about like different Oreos to try, and one of them
yeah,
was I thought it was banana, but you corrected me. It was lemon.
yeah,
There's another one that was what was it, birthday cake? I think you said.
yeah. There was birthday cake. I'm trying to look for the list. I know I have the list in here somewhere.
But
But yeah, just keep on
this
going. I'll find it.
this one came out by surprise, and I don't think this was on the list.
No, it did not.
Is
No.
Oreo Space Dunk. Dun da da da. It's actually pretty pretty cool. It's two different flavors going on, as you can see here. Um, that's sorry, I can't seem to get it in the hello focus, bitch.
Focus, bitch.
That's what happens when you have a Mac M2. Not the
Yeah.
greatest. I love my Mac, don't get me wrong. But anyway, so yeah, it's two different flavors, but there's a little extra special inside, and I highly recommend it because it is it's a nostalgic trip in your mouth every time.
That's
I
what she
can't
said.
tell you what it is. Wait, why is she having a gross? I remember when you were 17. That's illegal. Anyway, so
But they learned something from that teacher. No,
my God. She was a straight A cup student. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. No. Um,
I'm dying.
so, so this but this has something very special in it. I can't tell you what it is. I will just tell you that it is nostalgic with every bite, and just enjoy it. Enjoy it while you're enjoying the cookie because it's something special.
Yeah.
Something
Oh,
special. Space Dunk.
I found the different flavors. So
Oh, okay.
there
Yeah,
is
yeah.
golden double stuff. Now what's funny about it,
Golden
because when
showers double stuffed. Okay.
that's right, that's going to be one of the flavors now, folks. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's going to be. I actually have a shirt that says Golden Showers, and it has like the Betty White and everybody from the Golden Girls taking a shower. And a lot of people took it the wrong way. Yeah, and got weirded out. They're like, oh no. I'm
Wait,
like,
what was the show that followed? What was the show
empty
that
nest,
followed the Golden Girls? Empty Nest. Okay,
empty
so
nest.
Golden Golden Girl showers bring empty nest flowers. That makes
There you
perfect
go.
sense.
Yeah, it does. Especially that big ass dog in there too. So, but
Yeah.
when D'Lo, now I was listening to this episode, and he was going on about the conspiracy of the Oreo double stuff.
Yeah.
My pitiful brain has gone into the thing where I'm like, you know what? I need to see about this conspiracy. And I said to my girlfriend, I'm like, listen, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get some Oreo double stuff. She goes, oh, really? Okay, fine. And then she was with it, and all of a sudden I got the other. I was like, no, it's a. I'm doing a an investigation.
Mhm.
And she goes, of what? It's like, and I told her the story about D'Lo and all that, and she goes, okay, let's. And she's like, you ready? And I was gonna do a video thing too, and I did like the GoPro, which is right here, you know,
Oh, okay.
um, and I did like a GoPro thing, but it didn't work out right. But she was like, okay, and I'm like, okay, go. And then all of a sudden she goes, I'm peeling back the thing, and then she looks and she goes, we're missing two. And I'm like, motherfucker, you know.
Oh, so you were
So
short
it's
as well.
yeah, it was
Okay.
short like two, you know. But
You
we
can go to
tried
your next
everything
door
else, and
neighbor, knock on their door, and be like, "Where the fuck is this one and two? I want one and two, damn it!"
so there is golden double stuff, lemon that we talked about, chocolate, tiramisu, fins, dark chocolate, chocolate peanut butter pie. Love that one. I always get that one.
That sounds
Um,
amazing. We should have
it
that
is.
along with our peanut butter whiskey. Just
Oh man, if
ramp
you
up the peanut butter, ramp it up.
listen, I'll have this while you have the dunk, or actually, I'll trade you like they do in high school. You know, I'll trade you. You know, like I'll trade you the chocolate peanut butter pie for the Oreo space dunk.
All right, but you're not touching my Lunchables. God damn it. Because that Capri Sun, that is worth millions to kids. That little Capri Sun.
Oh yeah, I can't have the Capri Sun. You can have the Lunchables.
It's part of the Lunchables. I'm not giving that up. No
Oh,
way.
okay, all
I
right.
mean, I'll give you the Oreos, though. That's fine.
Oh
That's
yeah,
fair.
oh,
That's
that's
fair.
different. Yeah. Mega stuff, kind of like Spaceballs. Mega made. You know.
That was that was
Oh,
my nickname in college.
Mega made. Or Spaceballs.
No comment, Your
No.
Honor.
What's funny about it that you said that? There's a bar that I used to go to. My friend Pat, he worked at this one bar, uh, and the guy that owns it, uh, he owns it. But I walk in for some fucking reason. He sees me walking in and going, "All rise," and then people would sit up, and I'm like, what the fuck? And the bartender friend's looking at me like, what the fuck is this about? Like, I don't know. I never met the fucking guy. And then every weekend, like every Friday, I would walk in there, all rise, and this guy that's like the second bartender, he was like, this is like the best thing I ever fucking heard. So then one New Year's, or not, I mean the like it was New Year's like months after, and I was talking to the guy. He's like, "Yeah, take it easy. See you next year." Blah blah blah. And his wife's like, "Oh, take it easy, everybody. Happy New Year." The following day, New Year's Day or New Year's night, no, not New Year's Day. I mean, well, whatever. The next day of New Year's, I go to the bar, which is like a Saturday, I think it was,
Okay.
and everybody is long faced and sad. I'm like, it's New Year's Day night. What's going on? It's like the guy that called you all rise passed away, you know,
Oh,
on New Year's Eve or like New Year's night. I'm like, he looked fine when he was like leaving. He was all happy. He had his whiskey. He had his whiskey. So I was like, what the fuck? Um,
all lower, 6 feet under. All right.
uh, ooh, ooh. Uh,
Too
uh,
soon. Too
but
soon.
yeah, too soon. Birthday cake was another one, and mint.
Ugh.
So,
I hate mint. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. There's old man yells at cloud. Here it goes. Um, I seriously like do not like mint. I talk about this on the show. I talk about this in real life too, because I mean it's the show is real life. So, um, but I can't. I will make an exception in like less than a handful of things, but I can't stand mint in my food. I can't stand mint in my drinks. I just can't stand mint in anything that's edible. The reason being is
On your pillow?
I you had mint for pillow? You want me to jerk you off? Kind of
I was
room
gonna say we
service
call
is
my
this?
brother-in-law did that to me one time, but I'm not saying about the jerk off part. No, but he didn't do that. No, I was me
Well,
and
he's
my
not much of a friend, is he?
no because me and my wife we went to we her brother was gonna get is getting married, so he wanted to get married in Italy. Him and his wife wanted to get married in Italy, so we all
Okay.
put. He said that don't worry about where you're gonna stay because we got everything set up for staying. If you can get the plane tickets to go to Italy, that is
Yeah.
fine. You pay for the plane tickets. We got a place you can stay at, like a villa or whatever that we're gonna do. So every night I was not sober at all. I'm like because the year before, me and my
That's just
wife,
a passion project, really.
yeah, well, no, me and my wife went to Ireland for our honeymoon,
Okay.
and I couldn't drink anything because I was driving the rental car around. So she wanted me to be, not drinking. I'm like, we're in Ireland. I have to drink something. And she's like,
Oh.
nah. I'm like, all right, fine.
So wait,
So
you didn't even get a pass to have like one Guinness while you were there? Because I mean,
I'm not
it's
really a
different.
Guinness drinker. I'm like, that's why I don't really do
Oh,
Guinness. But
but
yeah,
it's different over there. But I guess you could do what's the other one? It's is it Glenlivet? I think
yeah,
is
or something like that. But I didn't mind it because like I said, my wife had brain cancer, and we're just there to have a great time. And I was like, fuck it, whatever.
yeah. You don't
But
really need to drink in that
yeah,
city.
so then we were just like, then the next, the following year, um, my brother-in-law wanted to get married in Italy, so we're like, let's max out our credit cards and get the plane ticket. Went over there, and that was it. And I started drinking, and then they were like, Andre, you want to do you know, you want to drive the thing? I'm like, no, I did that in Ireland. I didn't get to drink. I am drinking this whole fucking week, and I did, and
And with a plan, I like that.
it was a major fucking plan. But I'm going to tell you something that what you should not do when you're in Italy at the airport. There is these,
Stand
like
up
when
on
you
a table and yell, "That's a spicy meatball!" No, you probably
no,
shouldn't.
no. If
Don't
you
do that.
go to one of those areas of they sell stuff on the streets, like the not drugs, but they sell stuff like the like you buy like hats or shirts or whatever,
Kind
they
of
they
like a bazaar type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It's
but
like
sorry, that's it.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So I got this hat at a bazaar, and it was cool. It was green, it was like, cool looking. And I wore it to going to the airport. We were like leaving. We were at Rome, and then we were going to the airport. So I had this hat on. And
Hmm.
when you have like luggage and the luggage is so heavy, you have to bring it to a certain area to pay
Checked
for
in.
the extra luggage
Oh, okay,
baggage.
gotcha.
So me and my brother-in-law went over there. We brought it over and got it all done. And we're coming back. The military police for Italy was in there with the AK-47s and everything else. I had an
Dang.
AK-47 pointed at me at my chest, saying
Shit.
passport, 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 passport. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then my brother was like, only you would go and have some. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know. And I'm shitting a brick. I'm like, then I
Did you have
found
your
out.
Did you
Then I
have your
found,
passport in your bag or something?
no, no, no. It's the hat. It's the hat I wore. The hat was representation of the rebel army they were fighting against.
Oh,
So I had a hat that represented the rebel
the opposition.
that they were going after,
Yeah.
and they
Well,
thought I was part of that rebel movement. And I was like, and then it was
you
all
wouldn't
done.
have
I showed them.
known that though. You would not
I
have
didn't
known
know it.
that.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they didn't know it, but they didn't understand it. And now I'm like, American. I'm American. Look, and I showed the passport. He showed the
Yeah.
passport. And then we walked back, and there's my wife, and there's his girlfriend, and like the family, and it was like, well, Andre did it again. He got the military police, you know, to fucking incarcerate us, and they're like, wait, what?
Sounds like
You
it's
know,
becoming a tradition.
yeah, it's like Andre did this. I'm like, listen, just because I tried to go and drink and drive on the wrong side of the road just so I can drive to fucking Ireland, doesn't mean. But
Oh my
but
god.
then my wife was like, no, don't do that, no. But then apparently when I drove in Ireland, she's like, you drive a lot better in Ireland than you do in Long Island. And I'm like, oh, that's fucked up. Yeah.
It is fucked up. Okay, so what's the difference between Ireland versus Long Island then? Is it just
Well,
because there's a G that you have to hit that's not in Ireland? Is it
no, but
Long
it's
Ireland? What if it was
no,
Long
but
Island?
no, but I think you driving on the wrong side of the road. For some reason, I thought I was gonna have a problem with it, and I didn't have a problem with it. It was just like
So you
because you
actually have to
go
like
like
focus.
here's the dotted line, right?
Yeah.
And then you're on you're on this side instead of going this way. So you're going this way and the other person's going this way. And you have to go, and I'm for some reason I got it down like nothing. And I was like, okay,
Okay.
and that's why I think she wanted me to drive like the whole time. So we went from like in Ireland you can get that passes like you go to bed and breakfast and there's these vouchers. So each voucher would commemorate one day. So it's like you're paying for the day, but you already paid it already. You just give them the voucher for that day. And it's like, oh, here's the voucher. Okay, no problem. And there you go. Sign this. Boom. See you later. Then you go on to the next town. Then you go to the next town. And then that one. So we went from Killarney all the way to what's the one that Belfast.
Okay.
So we would go all the way down to Belfast, and then we were going to take the plane and go back.
I'm
So
not very well versed in that area, so
no, no, but
I'll
I'm,
just
I'm just saying that
whatever you tell me.
it's very very there's a lot of land. It's a lot of farmhouses, a lot of like and it's really nice. Like the Blarney Castle. The castles were
Did you
awesome.
did you kiss the Blarney Stone while you were there? Everybody
I
said everybody's supposed to do it, I guess.
Yeah, I did it. Because the when you go up into the castle, the walkway is very like narrow,
Yeah.
and it's like uh uh like what's that thing when the people don't like tight spaces?
Claustrophobic.
Yeah, the claustrophobic.
Yeah.
So my wife was like claustrophobic, and she didn't want to go up there,
Oh no.
because of the whole fact that it's so right there. You have to go like get in there. I'm like, whatever, I'll go up there and just hang out down there and don't like that. And then they put
Right,
you
because
like
the
upside down.
positioning is, yeah, I've seen that. Like the positioning, you have to lay on your back, and it's like on the other side of this wall or something like that,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's pretty much like when you go like this. It's
Yeah.
here's the stone, and then you have
Okay.
to like try to kiss it somewhat, and and I was like, it was a very intense moment, and then there's a guy just like there, just making sure you don't fall through
Oh
that
God.
hole, you know.
Yeah. I have
So they're
people done
there
that before.
just and I think that was the other thing that she didn't like about it was that
Yeah, it's
there's
like
this
it's
big
dangerous.
ass fucking hole, and
Yeah. Like
so
how big of a drop off is that on the other side? I'm curious about that.
well,
I've
if
seen it.
it
I don't know the other side.
like say this is the castle itself,
Okay.
so
The
here's
bottle of
the
liquid,
the no, it's
liquid
iced tea
hot
in
magma.
Poland. It's iced
Oh,
tea in Poland, but oh, we're not supposed to show that. Sorry, but
oh, right,
no,
right. No free rides. Right.
yeah, no free rides here. But like, say you're coming out of here and then you do the blind spot, so it's like that much of a drop. So you're
That's a
looking at maybe a
pretty
150 feet
significant
drop.
drop.
It's a
Okay.
you can be Danny
Uh,
DeVito in seconds. You know, yeah,
uh, do you get
so
free subs out of it if you do?
you're just going you poink, and then there's
Good
Rhea
Lord.
Perlman just ready to help you.
Reminds me
Like
of the Family Guy thing. It's he's proposing to her like it's either me or nobody. Okay.
have fun storming the castle. Oh shit! I just lost my fucking
Look out.
head.
It's dangerous.
Anyway, so what that's like my little story of Ireland, and Italy, and the whole thing about the not the mints that came about it because we were
Yeah.
sleeping. I'm passed out drunk, and like the morning, all of a sudden I hear hello housekeeping mint for pillow, and I'm like who the fuck is that? And
Who
she's
is
like
this?
that's my younger brother. I'm like oh my god, I thought I was having a fucking migraine or something. I don't know.
So does he really want to jerk me off? I can't
No,
decide.
no, no. But what's funny about his girlfriend was like she's like 4 foot 11, like 85 pounds, and she's 20 something years old, and she was drinking like maybe 4 glasses or 5 glasses of wine, which is way much than what she would actually
That's a
fucking do.
lot for a small person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we had the wine tasting like that night, and
Okay.
so we just started, and she had like the 4 glasses, fucking passed out in like a little like lounge couch area. So my brother-in-law, the one that's getting married, he's like, let's play a joke on her. And I'm like, all right, I'm good with playing jokes. So what do we want to do? It's like, let's tell her that it's 6 in the morning and that she slept all night. You know, and so
Uh,
I'm like, all right. And then even her boyfriend, which is my brother-in-law, we call it, he goes, this is getting crazy because she curses like crazy. I'm like, what do you mean she curses? I'm like, and she never cursed before. So then we did
we're
it.
about to
Well,
find out.
yeah, we about to find out. And then we woke her up. It's like, come on, it's 6 in the morning. She goes, what? The fuck you talking about? I didn't even fucking drink yet. You motherfuckers. And just kept on going on and on and on. And so then she's coming down the stairs. Everybody else is drinking the wine and everything else, doing the wine tasting. And it's still fucking light outside, but it's the afternoon. And all of a sudden, she's like, "These motherfuckers, they didn't wake me up. Fucking shit." And they're like, "What are
So
you
she
talking
thinks she's
about?"
missed everything then.
Yeah, she felt she missed
Oh my
everything.
God.
And then the family did
That
not
is
know about what
terrible.
we just did. And it's like, "What are you talking about? It's only 11 o'clock in the morning. We just started the thing. You had 4 glasses and you passed out." And she goes, "Fucking sons of bitches." And the whole time, my brother-in-law had it all on videotape.
Oh
All
man.
on videotape. There
This.
was no crazy moment. Now there's two villas. One's like I'm gonna say 1,200 years old, and then there's like an old cathedral villa, which is like 1,800 years old.
Okay.
And they had us like we were staying up on the hill part of it, and there's like the others that were staying down by the cathedral one, and they had like all these different rooms. And there is a restaurant run by this guy named Francesco. Awesome fucking guy. If you want to know anything about Italy and where to go and what to use, like buses, taxis, whatever, he's the guy to fucking tell you.
Look for a guy named Francesca in a
Yeah,
world of
Francesco, and he has his
billion
own little
people.
villa, like restaurant, And we woke up, we had eggs, bacon, at the whole like Italian kind of like thing. But then you had limoncello to go with your food. So we're starting out with alcohol in the morning.
Did you say lemon jello? Like
Limoncello,
Jello?
limoncello.
Cello. What's that?
It's like a
Red kind
liqueur.
of thing?
It's a
Oh,
very
oh.
it's a lemon liqueur, but it's very potent with like alcohol flavors kind of in it. So it's like you're awake, but then you're having breakfast, but you're drinking alcohol while you're having breakfast. And it's kind of like strange, but that's how they do it. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I can get
and
behind that. Yeah.
but the funny thing is, so we had the when somebody gets married, they always have like a party, like a dinner, the rehearsal dinner. So we had a rehearsal dinner, and we kept on eating and everything else and drinking, and we stand outside, and we're just like, just like you would do in Italy. You just stand outside and just making friends everywhere, in the courtyard and everything. And my wife comes back because she went to the villa down below to see her aunt and everybody else, and they were talking to my father-in-law because he's like, oh, how is it? Blah 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 blah. It's everything good. There's a 100-year-old chair that was in this villa, and my wife's aunt wanted to fix the curtain, so she gets on this chair,
Oh no.
goes to splinters, like it just shatters,
Oh
and
no.
and like typical Italian, she tosses it in the closet. So after we had the wedding at like one of the justices of the peace and all that, and then we come back to the villa. We had the wedding dinner and or lunch or whatever, and we go and see them down at the thing, and it's like my wife's aunt goes, Andre, come here, you know the chair that we broke, it's in that closet. And then she's like, oh, and this is this, and this is this, and she's giving like the whole thing. But then
The
it's like, well,
broken
that's the
chair was like
yeah.
that was the creme de la creme of
We get back,
instruments.
we get back from Italy, and not maybe a week later, my brother-in-law has like all the video footage, all the stuff that happened, and he goes,
Hmm.
so I got a question for everybody here, and I want an answer. And I'm like, okay, well, what's wrong? He's like,
Okay.
who broke the $1,500 chair in the villa?
$1,500.
And all of a sudden we're like, um,
Oh fuck.
and then we all threw underneath the bus. We're like, your aunt. Yeah.
No, no. Well, I
He
mean,
goes, what? It's like, it was in the closet too. She showed us. It was in the closet. It's like a dead body. It was just sitting there. That was it. I told her to put it out in the field so they won't know, but she didn't do it. But it was the funniest shit. But let's stop for right now because we're gonna go on for a different one probably like another time where you're free because I gotta get some sleep because I work today and I
okay.
need to take a nap. But
Sleep is
uh
overrated, man.
huh? Yeah, I know, but I mean I'm gonna be working like 5 days. I'm gonna work in 7 days, you know, all next this week and the weekend. So I'm
Oh,
gonna be
yeah.
I'm gonna be jet lagged.
Cash out, man.
Um,
Cash out. Yeah.
yeah, but
Back tomorrow.
Tony, thank you for showing up and being part of the
Hey.
show once again. Um, and
Yeah,
then
thank you for having me, and I'm glad we got a chance to do this. Yeah, so pulling the curtain back, we tried this last night, and it just completely. Well,
yeah,
technology is great when it works, and it's
that's why we're two old guys that's shouting at the fucking iClouds.
that fucking cloud. Why doesn't the cloud work?
So,
Rain for
so,
me.
so, folks, if you ever see, you know what, we're just going to go over the list here that we had from last night. So,
Oh, yeah,
what I
okay.
wrote down. So we did last night. We did talk about Betty White, um, John Cena. You know, we talked about Broken Lizard. You know,
Oh yeah, that's right. We did.
diabetes. The fifth of clouds. A fist to the clouds. That's what we're talking about. Old man with the fist of clouds. Um, there was a Santa Claus. There was actually not a Santa Claus, but there was uh, a
It was
security
that guy
guard.
that you used to work with. Yeah, the
Yeah, a
security guard.
security guard that I work that was at my work, and I thought it was Santa Claus with tattoos, and basically it looked like Santa Claus with tattoos. Uh, so that was that,
What if he did
and
his own? What if he did his own podcast? Would that be called Tattoo Claus Podcast?
probably Tatty Claus,
Oh,
Tatty
that'd be. I
Claus,
like that. I
yeah,
like that.
like Tatty Claus, like Daddy Claus.
Oh,
So
yeah. Call him Daddy.
then there's
Oh,
Thanksgiving where not Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, but yeah, we went off of that for
Yeah,
horror movies.
yeah, it was for the
Thanksgiving
horror
one,
movie. So if you haven't
3, to
seen
be fair.
Thanksgiving, it's a great flick. I recommend it. And also, Violent Night is a great flick as well. Um, Also, we talked about how they were going to do, well, they got Beetlejuice coming out
Beetlejuice
in
and the
September.
sequel. Yep.
Yeah, so it's going to be Beetlejuice. Um, and then we talked about Howard the Duck, where you talked about Howard the Duck
Because that's my favorite scary movie because
yeah,
it takes place in Cleveland, Ohio.
yes. but they might be doing a remake of Howard the Duck. But I think if they're going to do a more graphic novel wise, I think it is. It might be a little bit better. I
Oh,
mean,
okay.
but I like Howard the Duck. The Duck. You know,
I
I like
like
the
the
movie.
original too, yeah. But
Yeah,
okay, if a graphic novel that approach that might be interesting to see. I'd be interested
yeah. And then Big Trouble in Little China. Oh, this is the reason why because me and my girlfriend were we were watching I was watching Big Trouble in Little China. She caught the tail end of it, and then we were watching Howard the Duck because I was like being nostalgic,
in that.
and
You
then
should
we
be
are watching.
nostalgic eating your Space Dunk Oreos. That's just one more level of nostalgia.
If my fucking store has them, they don't have every fucking thing. You know,
It's not my
even
problem.
the Pringles have different flavors.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, dang.
that's another thing that you might have to go in and try to look out for.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
Yeah. Pringles
Okay.
has a lot of
Pringles and
different.
Oreos.
You did Pringles.
What if we did, but we didn't do them all. So I
No, no,
think
but there is some crazy flavors.
Oreo
Like
Pringle sandwiches. That was what we're doing. That's what we're gonna do.
there is an Oreo flavored Pringle though.
Ah,
Yeah, there
okay,
is.
you're
I
blowing my
see.
mind, man. You're blowing my
Just
mind.
check. Go on YouTube, folks. Now you check this out too. Go on YouTube. Now there's a group. It's a group called Smosh or Smosh Games, but the specific show that is on, it's called Put It in My Mouth. All right. Now it's like this geeky, like skinny kid that they just throw all these different foods at him, and it's either disgusting or it's the greatest food ever. But he's very picky about foods, so he has a guest on. Um, I forgot her last name is Badu, I think it is, or not Badu. I forgot what the name is, but they blindfolded and they give them Pringles, and they got to see from the taste test of the Pringles what the flavor is. And they brought
Okay.
everything from honey mustard,
And it's
hamburger.
I see that. Yeah, Smosh Pit, SMOSH Pit. Put it in my mouth. Season one. They've got Stinky Fruit. They've got Epic Cheese Challenge. Eating bugs.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving stuff. Kangaroo.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
kangaroo burgers. Yeah.
hot snow cones. I don't know what that's all about, but Mother's Day
Hot
that's coming
sauce.
up.
Hot sauce with snow cones.
Oh, so is
So
that like
you,
hot ones equal or hot ones meets snow cones? That'd be
yeah,
fun.
pretty much. I mean, it's like the hot thing. But look for Pringles on there,
Oh, all
and then
right.
then you'll see the different flavors they have.
There it is. The Pringles Challenge. Oh my goodness
Yeah.
gracious me. All right. I'll check that out in a minute. I'm not going
Yeah.
to do that now. I'm not going to
Yeah.
watch
No.
it
No.
now.
But we call on
And
your
if I watch
at
it
your
now, it's
leisure.
just 24 minutes. That's all. Just 24
Yeah, yeah,
minutes.
yeah. Just do it in your leisure, and that's it. Yeah.
No, I'm going to do it right now.
No, don't do it right now because we're gonna be leaving soon. So, and we're gonna see if
Uh,
this episode is gonna be a very gonna be what's the word that it didn't do?
converted?
Converted. Yes,
I hope so.
like the nuns in the
Oh,
church, they didn't convert
they didn't
yet.
convert.
They did
Yep.
convert,
But
but they just didn't want to convert.
nuns are hot. You don't know that
You don't
because
know until they take the veil off.
right. That's right.
I
It's
think
a
so.
veil of secrecy.
Yes, the veil of Satan. No.
The touch, the feel of Satan. Just kidding.
And also, do not have the candy, the toe of Satan. I've heard, no. If you're
The
talking about
toe of
hot
Satan.
stuff,
Yeah.
toe of Satan.
That's a hot sauce.
That no, it's a candy. It's a hot candy. So
Oh,
the thing is, what they want you to do is you get this thing. It's like a lollipop,
okay.
but it's a foot. It's a big toe, and it's called toe of Satan. And it says that if you keep it in your mouth and if you can have it in your mouth for like 5 minutes from the excessive burning of your mouth, then you are like a god or something.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
usually they don't last 2 minutes.
iVerb.com is the place where you can find it. The toe of Satan. Yeah, it's possibly the hottest candy on the planet. Cinnamon flavored lollipop has been spawned from a devastating 9 million SHU hellfire. What
Oh,
SHU? That's
the Schofield, Schofield.
Scoville. Scoville, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Um, and the rules are, let's see if I can get that here. Da, 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 da. Of course, my internet is not. Oh, there we go. The toe of Satan must be kept in your mouth for 5 full minutes. No biting, no chewing, no drooling, no spitting, and the toe of Satan must not be removed from your mouth until, or not removed during the 5 minute challenge.
Yeah.
Oh God, I kind of want to try it, but I'm such a fucking wuss that I probably wouldn't make it.
I
Just
Tony, I
try
would
it.
do this if you are going to do it. I would put vacation time in, uh, because you're not going to be able to go to work the
Just
next fucking day.
just book a whole weekend. Then is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Okay.
Either or, you do the weekend or do a whole week because either your mouth is going to be sore or your butt is going to be sore from shitting. This whole toe is going to come out of your butthole.
What if I glued my balls to my butthole though?
Then that we call it
Infect.
that wormhole is going to say Satan hole, Satan hole.
Did you watch that thing I sent you yesterday? And I know we gotta go here, but
No, 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 I haven't yet because I got
oh,
pissed off that we called the thing didn't work out.
all
Uh,
right.
but
Um,
I'm gonna look at it before I go to bed because I got to take my insulin and all that shit. So
okay. Obscurest
um,
Vinyl is what we're talking about, and
yeah,
thing on it's a thing on YouTube. It's a thing. They actually have stuff on Spotify and Apple Music, and it's AI songs, like written in AI and then also performed with AI. But they're so fucking hilarious. Uh, Probably one of the best ones, and I sent both of these to you.
yeah,
Is my arms are just fucking stuck like this, and
yeah.
it's like a 1960s Motown style song, and it's just got this woman whose arms are like back behind her body, and she's like, "My arms are fucking stuck like this. This ain't normal. Fuck, am I gonna die? I gotta walk like a douche for the rest of my life." Check it out. That's fucking hilarious. That and again, I glued my balls to my butthole. So many good ones.
you
Oh,
you can unskate it with this.
oh God. Yes. I
You
think
can un
just a little scrub
Yeah, you can
goes a long
unscathe
way.
your butthole and just make a little tear.
You make another butthole, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, put like
It's
a
free.
the pincer movement they call it. All right,
It's like
folks.
the anti
This
Jaws of life.
yes. So, folks, go follow. Where they can follow you?
We are so yeah, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, formerly known as X. And also where else are we? Gosh, I don't know. We're on Spotify podcasts, we're on Apple Podcasts. I think we're on Google Podcasts. I don't know if they're still doing that. Amazon Podcasts. I think they're still doing that.
Yeah,
Let's see. I don't know, a couple other places, I'm sure. And yeah, just search for There Is a Better Podcast. You'll see a nice little blue looking logo. And that's where we are. A lot of episodes that are just full of goofy bullshit. I recommend episode 27, The Curse of the Catfish. That's a good one.
hmm,
Um, we had a guest on episode 26 before that from the Stephen Kyle podcast, appropriately named because the guests were Stephen Kyle. We don't normally do guests, but when we do, we don't do the interview thing. I strictly took a position on that to say don't do the interview thing because everybody does interviews. But the thing I wanted to do was just be part of the show. And
yeah.
I want you to be part of our show too, if we get another episode going, of course.
Oh, yeah,
Um, we took some time off. I think we took a week off in 2023, and that was the week between May something or other to December, and
yeah,
that was a very long week. And then we came back about a month ago and did our first show of season 4, which that one starts out with a an ode, if you will, or I like doing parodies myself, so I write them as best as I can, and this one is to Grease's "You're the One That I Want." So that's how it starts for this episode or for this new season. I think it's called New Season, New Table, Same Stupidity. So
Oh, okay. All right, folks, and just look me at Linktree, linktr.ee/tattoo squid podcast. You can find all the links in there. And also, if you're watching the video, go down to the description, or you check the description right down there. Right down there. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit the thumbs up if you want to hear more or see more.
it's too bad that YouTube can't do a middle fingers up. Hit those up, like you got
They
Rob, you
might
got
be able to
thumbs
put,
up, and you got middle fingers up.
or just
Those
have a
up if you don't like it.
or for every YouTube, like the YouTube channel that you have, like say for mine it's like Tattoo Squid, and you
Yeah.
just click the thing, you just click on the face of the squid, and then it pops up and it goes,
Well, there you
you know.
go. I like that.
So, but yeah, you go there. But then if you go into listen to anything on Spotify, leave a comment, like, rate it, share it, um, use it as a toilet paper. I don't know. Um, whatever comes first.
Whatever.
But we're gonna get going, and we have to think of a title for our side project. But that's gonna be another thing down the line.
That'll be
So,
another episode.
yeah, that'll be a different episode, and once we get everything situated and
Mhm.
finalized, and dot the T's, and cross the T's,
Cross the
dot the I's,
T's, dot the lowercase J's. Yep.
yeah, and make the holes a little bit bigger. Uh, Not in that way, yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh god, yeah. That's why I need like one of those things going like, okay, take it away.
The
Yeah,
giant.
yeah, I know. I got him over here, so he can probably do that. All right, folks,
You need to
take it
make him
easy.
animatronic to scare all the kids away. You gotta do
Yeah.
that for Halloween.
Oh, I've done that anyway with him. Yeah, right,
Oh,
right.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's all have a good time. It's a Sunday. Yeah,
Cinco de
Cinco de
Mayo.
Mayo. The
Mayo.
May,
Mayo.
the,
Yeah.
the Mayo, the
Yeah.
Mayo.
Don't do shots of mayonnaise. Do not do shots of mayonnaise. Take that
Do
from me.
do shots of Satan if you could. But uh, you're gonna see Satan if you do
Oh,
that. Yeah,
Satan, the
yeah.
world's hottest
You're gonna be praying for
lollipop.
the Mayo. The
It's only
Mayo.
$7.50. It's totally worth it.
Yeah. All right. So take it easy. I'm gonna shut this, and then everything should be fine right now. And then when I shut up everything, it should process.
Cross. Here we go.
So,
All right. Thanks
all right.
again.
Take it easy. All right.